Good evening, folks, and welcome to this week's edition of the Bumper Quiz. Um, as you can see, I'm in a different location as to the usual kitchen, so I'll not say any more. We'll just get cracking on with your quiz this week. I hope you're all doing well out there. Cheers to you. I hope your week's been very nice. Weather's pretty miserable as always. But let's get started with this week's midweek bumper quiz. 4 rounds as per usual. This week we have a connection round again. Some people love that, some people don't. Then we've got a picture round. Then we have it's what's next after that? It is I've totally forgot. It is it's a sequences round. Oh no, off with the old as started with first round. Round one is connections. You know the score. I'll most need to say any more when it comes to this. So, question number one. What is the name given to a region of space-time in which gravity is so strong that particles and light cannot escape from it? What is the name given to a region of space-time in which gravity is so strong that particles and light cannot escape from it? Don't usually do science, don't we know? But there's a wee one for you, a wee bit of science. But there is a connection, as we say, with us 9 questions. All the answers have a connection, and that is question number 10, of course. Okay, right, moving on to question number 2. Which actress in 2018 was the highest paid actress in Hollywood? She was also married to fellow actor Ryan Reynolds until their divorce in 2011. Which actress in 2018 was the highest paid actress in Hollywood? She was also married to fellow actor Ryan Reynolds until their divorce in 2011. I think they were only married 3 years. Might be wrong, it's not that I monitor things like that, you know. Question number 3. On which Beatles album would you find the songs Taxman and Eleanor Rigby? On which Beatles album would you find the songs Taxman and Eleanor Rigby? It's a good question for some folk out there, I would think so. Okay, so that's question number 3. Remember, you can pause me as we go along. See the wee trick there, I just did that. I'd always do that. I know it's been a bit of an idiot. Right, question number 4. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is the famous address for what? 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is the famous address for what? Are you getting a wee bit of a picture now? After 4 questions as to what potentially your connection could be? Right. Question number 5. Which 1999 movie was set on death row in the Cold Mountain Penitentiary? Which 1999 movie was set on death row in the Cold Mountain Penitentiary? Okay, so that is question number 5. Which 1999 movie was set on death row in the Cold Mountain Penitentiary? Right, question number 6 now, folks. Which Canadian actor has starred in movies such as The Sound of Music, International Velvet, and A Beautiful Mind? Which Canadian actor has starred in movies such as The Sound of Music, International Velvet, and A Beautiful Mind? Quite a wee spread out of movies there in terms of time scale. So that maybe gives you a clue that it's quite a maybe older actor. Yes. Okay, so that's which Canadian actor has starred in movies such as The Sound of Music, International Velvet, and A Beautiful Mind? Question number 7. The Scottish band The Fratellis had their biggest hit in 2006 with which song? The Scottish band the Fratellis had their biggest hit in 2006 with which song? We had the Fratellis in one of our connection rounds previously, remember? And that the connection was Scottish bands, of course. I am coming live from a bar, just so you know that. So you may hear sort of murmurings in the background. It's one of the only bars that you will find open in this God's forsaken land. So that was question 7 there. Question number 8. Which chemical warfare agent was originally given the name LOST, L-O-S-T, by using the first 2 letters of the German scientist's surnames who developed it in 1916? Which chemical warfare agent was originally given the name LOST by using the first 2 letters of the German scientist's surnames who developed it in 1916? So what's the name of that? Well, we know it as something better known than that, and was used in chemical warfare in previous wars. Okay, right, question number 9. Which actor played Jim Trott in the sitcom The Vicar of Dibley? He has 2 sons who are also actors. One has starred in movies such as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and The Jewel of the Nile. Which actor played Jim Trott in the sitcom The Vicar of Dibley? He has 2 sons who are also actors, and one has starred in movies such as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and The Jewel of the Nile. Now, Jim Trott, for folk maybe that if you know Vicar of Dibley but you don't really know the characters, Jim Trott's the one that does the no, yes. That's the fella. If that gives you any help. So which actor played Jim Trott in the sitcom The Vicar of Dibley? Alright. Okay, so as per usual, question number 10 is, what is the connection there? What is the connection? Alright, so I'll leave you to ponder over that. You can obviously rewind back and check any of those questions again. But in the meantime, while a bit of music's playing, I will allow the questions to flick through during that musical interlude, and then we'll be back with round 2, folks. Okay, remember, if you want to send me your answers, you can do so via the usual means. There you go. Let's see what we're going to do in terms of music, what we've got in the midweek playlist this week. Yeah, but we're going to do this. This is quite a nice wee track here by Radiohead, The Mix by Jamie XX. right there, folks. How'd you got on with that first round there? Not too bad. Okay. Right, I'm going to no bother put my wee face up on the screen for this one because it's a picture round. And it just gives you more of the picture rather than my face interfering in it. You know, so as it is Halloween, of course, on Saturday. It's also something other than Halloween, but anyway, we'll not go into that. But what we've got here is the traditional Name the Horror Movie Halloween round. I do it every Halloween when I'm doing a quiz, so why change the habit of a lifetime? So you'll see stills from movies, horror movies. We're not going to go. There's no really too many really tough ones in there. A few tricky ones, I would say, but they're all pretty popular horror movies. Okay, so let's get started, folks. Here we go with movie number one. Question one there. There you go. Okay, so that's number one there. Which movie is that? Very popular one. Right. Number two, we have that movie. Which movie is that? Okay, so that is number two, movie number two there. Remember, you can pause these as we go along, as I say all the time. There's number three. Oh, what a movie that was. Very scary movie indeed. Excuse the background noise there. God almighty. Got a touch of the cold there. Right, so that's number three. Here is number four. That is, I think that movie is the first time that a lavatory's been seen flushed in a movie. Yeah, I know that sounds bizarre, but that is the rubbish little bits of knowledge that Richard Osman sometimes flies out in his House of Games game show, which is on BBC Two at the moment. It's pretty good, I would say. Right, number five. Oh, which movie's that? That's one of the maybe the more tricky ones. Yeah, pretty tricky one, that one. And the reason I put it in actually because I seen part of it the other night and it was on Sky Movies, and I thought I've not seen that film for ages, and I watched about half an hour of it, and then I realised I've not seen it for ages for a reason because it's not that great, I don't think. Anyway, but I thought I would throw it in there. Right, there's number six for you. Which movie is that? That's a picturesque picture, but about a few scenes later, it all goes pear-shaped, shall we say, for her. Good, another good movie. I would say that's one of the all-time horror classics. Okay, so that's number six. Let's move on to number seven. Now that's one of those movies that you'll always find on Film 4, I would say. Guaranteed that they'll be showing that this Halloween. And it's actually, I think I found it quite scary. I must say. Quite gruesome. But what was the name of the movie? Right. Okay, let's move on to number eight. Oh, It's easy. I know it is. It is so easy, but it is one of the most horrifying picture stills for horror, for the horror genre, I would say. That, imagine you're walking along a lane one day and that comes running towards you. All right, so that's quite an easy one there. Even if you don't like horror movies, you will know that one. Number 9. Now, again, this is more up to date, but it is, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a cracking movie. And if you're looking for a wee movie to watch over Halloween, then I would suggest this one, which I'll, of course, give you the answer later on at the end of the quiz. But it's worth watching. It certainly is. Okay, and let's move on to your final one of this picture round. There we go, number 10. We're going back to the old classics here. Absolutely no doubt about it. Okay. So, that's another one where you just, if you're walking along the road, you just don't want to see that. Okay, right, we'll take another wee break there, and as per usual, when the music's playing, I will flick through the picture round again for you in case you need it. All right. In the meantime, let's have a bit of The Clash.
The shaking drove his Cadillac. He went cruising down the hill. The person was standing on the radiator grill. Shawty don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Shawty don't like it. Rock the Casbah.
bit of the Clash there with, of course, the classic Rock the Casbah. Right, so that is round 2 over and done with. The old picture round. We've got 2 more rounds left for you. We have the music round coming up later on with the typical way that we've been doing it of late. I'll just get myself back on screen there, sorry. The typical way that we've been doing it of late, new entries in the charts of this week and years gone by. Right, but let's get back to what would be round number 3, which is this week sequences. Sequences. Now, this round is based, well, it is actually identical to the round with regards to, if you ever watch the quiz show Only Connect on BBC Two on a Monday night at 8 o'clock with Victoria Corin Mitchell, I recommend you to tune in and watch it one night. If everybody thinks University Challenge is the most challenging. Watch Only Connect and it'll blow your mind. And if you get a question right on that, you feel Billy Big Boss. Billy Big Boss. Right. Okay, so in that they have a round called sequences. I'm going to give you 3 things or people or whatever, and you just have to complete the sequence. Okay? It'll be self-explanatory as it comes up. So, your first sequence, finish off this sequence. That's what I'm looking for you to do. So, we have John Humphreys, then to Clive Anderson, then to Peter Snow. So who would follow that? Who would follow that sequence? John Humphreys, then Clive Anderson, then Peter Snow. How would that finish off? Right. Okay. They enjoy a bit, as I say, Only Connect. I'm actually, surprisingly for me, the last round, which is the missing vowels round, and I'm useless with words, which somebody of my esteem, that's quite hard to believe, of course. But yes, when that comes up, I'm actually that's probably all the rounds, that's the one I'm best at. Anyway, but tune in and watch it, it's good. So, question 2, we have Hamilton, moving on to Wellington, then moving on to Christchurch. So what would finish off that sequence? You have Hamilton, then Wellington, then Christchurch, then what? And these can be anything. There's not a certain trend here or connection. It's just finishing off the sequence. All right. Okay. Number 3, question 3. We have in 2000 Kafelnikov, in 2004 Masu, and in 2008 Nadal. What would be next in that sequence? In 2000 Kafelnikov, in 2004 Masu, I think that's how you say that name. Sorry, Mr. Masu. And 2008 Nadal. What was next there? It's interesting, isn't it? These are real questions, actually, that have previously been on Only Connect, just so you know that. In case you're an avid follower of it, some of these might say, I remember that for that one. No, didn't think so. Right, here we go. Here's your next question. Question number 4. All right, so we have 5 as Tommy Gunn. Then 4 as Ivan Drago. Then 3 as Clubber Lang. What would be next? So 5, Tommy Gunn, then to 4, Ivan Drago, then to 3, Clubber Lang. What would be next in that sequence? That's a good one. I like that one, I must admit. Right, okay. Number 5. Finish off this sequence. Green, no severe conditions. Then to yellow, be aware. Then to amber, be prepared. Then what? So first in that sequence, green, no severe conditions. Then moving on to yellow, be aware. Then to amber, be prepared. What's next? You should know that one. You should get that. Okay. Okay, so question number 6. We have Woodrow Wilson. Moving on to Calvin Coolidge. Moving on to Herbert Hoover. Now, have a look at this and think about it. Come on, you should get it. Come with me on this one. You should get it. Woodrow Wilson, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, then who? Some of you are probably thinking, Gary, I knew that one straight away. Right, that's fine. I'm giving maybe some folk a wee hand out there. Okay. Here we go to number 7. You have neck, head, short head, then what? Neck, head, short head, then what? Okay, so that's number 7. Neck, head, short head, then what? Right, question number 8 of this round. We have Southampton, then Cherbourg, then Queenstown, which is now known as Cobb, I think. I think that's how you say it. I do apologise if it's not. You have Southampton, then Cherbourg, then Queenstown, which is now Cobb. Then what would be next? To complete that sequence. Okay. If you, maybe it's a bit tough, but it's one of the ones. Once you see the answer, you go, "Oh, aye, right." Right. Question number 9. We have Ships Pro. That's PROW. That's 4 Ships Pro. Then 3 hand grenade. Then 2 power cable under the water. So first in 4 Ships Pro, then in 3 hand grenade, then in 2 power cable under the water. What would be the one that finishes that sequence? Did you hear it? No. Okay, right, so that was question 9. 4 Ships Pro, 3 hand grenade, then 2 power cable under the water. And your final one of the sequences round, question number 10. We have Loch Lomond in the Trossachs, then Snowdonia, then Lake District. What's next? So we have Loch Lomond in the Trossachs, moving on to Snowdonia, then moving to Lake District. What would be next in that sequence? There's a few ones there maybe to think over. As I say, you can rewind back, look back over them, see what you think, But what I'll do, as per usual, once the music's playing, I'll allow them to flick back through, okay? So what we're going to go with next on the playlist, it's a bit of the Stone Roses, folks. This is She Bangs the Drums. She does indeed.
Another day, I hear my song begin to say.
That was, of course, She Bangs the Drums and the Stone Roses for you. That's us now past 3 rounds. We're now on to our final round now of this one. I have returned. So, as per usual, we finish off with the music round. So, 30 points up for grabs here, folks. You're going to hear a song that was a new entry on the charts this week in previous years. So we can go right back to the 60s years, the 60s, folks. So you get a point for the name of the song, a point for the artist, and a point for the year that these were new entries on the top 40. There's a tricky wee one in here, by the way, in terms of the year it was a new entry, but I'll tell you what it is when we get to it, okay? Right, so here is your first one, folks. All right. A nice wee easy one, I think, to start.
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, and do the same to me.
Yeah, that's a good gene to start this round off with, isn't it? Yeah, it gets you up and going, that one. Sorry I couldn't play more, but anyway, as you know, name the song, artist, and year. Here is your second one, folks, number 2.
Well, we know where we're going, but we don't know where we've been. And we know what we're knowing, but we can't say what we've seen. And we're not little children, and we know what we want, and the future is certain. Give us time to work it out.
See, I'm going to stop it just before that bit kicks in there. Because the lyrics are about to come in as well. So here is number 3, folks. Same applies here. Artist, song, and the year it was a new entry in this week's top 40.
It's no secret that the stars are falling from the sky.
I do sometimes hate it when I need to cut off these songs sometimes. And I know it's a bugbear if you're going, oh, I want to get to the lyrics, Gary, but sometimes I just want to listen on to them because they're good songs. And I think that, as I say, this week, I think this is gettable. This is gettable, folks. Right, here's number 4.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo. Let's get it on.
I was away in a wee world of my own there, so I do apologise. I obviously allowed the lyric to kick in there. Shocking. That's a schoolboy error when it comes to this quiz, and it's one that I've made quite a few times down the months. Right, okay, so that was number 4. Let's move on to number 5 for you, folks. And I'll make sure I'm on the ball this time, if I need to be.
It's a hard world to get a break in. All the good things have been taken. But girl, there are ways to make certain things pay. Though I'm dressed in these rags, I wear sable.
See, I usually, it's because I've got into the habit, it's the first 30 seconds of most of the songs that I pick out that I know that are fine, but there's the odd song that I put into the playlist and it's no the first 30 seconds, and I need to be, Gary, it's 25, you need to cut that off. But anyway, right, so here is number 6, folks, for you. Song, artist, and year.
Write it all out like a bird in the sky was. Write it all out like you were a bird. Fly it all out like an eagle in a sunbeam. Write it all out like you were a bird. Wear a tall hat like a druid in the old days. Wear a tall hat and a tattooed guy.
All right. See, as I say, these ones, it might be the years that you might be stuck on a bit, but if you know your music, I think you should get all these. I really do. Right, number 7, here we go. Here's your next one. Again, very gettable. Okay, right, so that was number 7. 3 more to go, folks. Here we go with number 8 for you. Right, with this one, number 8, folks, I'm looking for the year that it was re-released, not the original year it was released, okay? So it's, I must admit, I didn't know it at the time, but when I double-checked it, yes, this song was re-released and made it back into the top 10. Here it is.
We look pretty good together. You think my shoes are made of leather.
I was on the ball. That was another one. See, this week I've put 2 of these songs into my playlist. That's a bad move, Gary. But I was on the ball that time. Right, okay, so 2 more to go. Here it is, your penultimate one. Question number 9. And here we go.
Can I get your hand to ride on? Just a piece of leg to bite on. What a night to fly my kite on. Do you wanna flash a light on? Take a look, it's on display for you. Coming down all night today.
All right. Okay, remember, we are looking for, as I say, not just the name of the song and the artist, but the year that was a new entry in the charts this week. And here is your final one, number 10, to end it all off. Here we go. See, that's one of these songs that you really don't need the lyric to kick in. Because if you don't get it after that, you're not really ever going to get it, I don't think. Right, okay, so that was number 10 there, folks. So that's the end of your music round. In fact, it's the end of the bumper quiz this week. So, if you want to, as I say, you can rewind them back and listen to them again. And if you want to send your answers to me, you can do that. Not a problem. Right, in the meantime, I'll play a wee bit of a tune, and then I'll be back with your answers, folks. All right, we're going to have, well, why not? Bit of Jarvis. Here's Baby's Pulp.
Well, it happened years ago when you lived on Stanhope Road. We listened to your sister when she came home from school, 'cause she was 2 years older and she had boys in her room. At least outside I heard her, alright. Well, that was alright for a while, but soon I wanted more. I wanted to see as well as hear, and so I hid inside her wardrobe, and she came home round 4, and she was with some kid called David, and from the garage up the road. I listened outside, I heard her, alright. Oh, I wanna take you home, I wanna give you children, and you might be my girlfriend. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I saw you next day, I really couldn't tell, 'cause you might go and tell your mother. And so you went with me, oh yeah, me was coming on, and I thought I heard you laughing when it's mom and dad were gone. I listened outside, I heard you, alright. Oh, I wanna take you home, I wanna give you children, and you might be my girlfriend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess it couldn't last too long. I came home one day, and all the things were gone. I fell asleep inside, I never heard her come. Oh, I opened up the wardrobe, and I had to get it on, yeah. Oh, listen, oh, we were on the bed when you came home. I heard you stop outside the door. I know you won't believe it's true. I went with her, 'cause she looks like you, my God. Oh, I wanna take you home, I wanna give you children, you might be my girlfriend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of Pulp with Babies there, off His and Hers album, which was out just before different. I think I've said all this before. If you're not going to listen to Pulp, you're not going to listen to Pulp. There's no trying to convince him, Gary. So anyway, let's get to your answers, folks. It is your first round, of course, was the connections round. And your answers there were, what is the name given to a region of space-time in which gravity is so strong that particles and light cannot escape from it? That is a black hole. Then we have question number 2. Which actress in 2018 was the highest paid actress in Hollywood? She was also married to fellow actor Ryan Reynolds until their divorce in 2011. That was Scarlett Johansson. Question 3, on which Beatles album would you find the songs Taxman and Eleanor Rigby? It is, of course, Revolver. Question 4, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is a famous address for what? That is the White House. Question number 5, which 1999 movie was set on death row in the Cold Mountain Penitentiary? That was The Green Mile. The Green Mile, of course. Next up is question 6. Which Canadian actor has starred in movies such as The Sound of Music, International Velvet, and A Beautiful Mind? That was Christopher Plummer. Question 7. The Scottish band the Fratellis had their biggest hit in 2006 with which song? It was Chelsea Dagger. And question number 8. Which chemical warfare agent was originally given the name Lost by using the first 2 letters of the German scientist's surnames who developed it in 1916? That was mustard gas. And question number 9, probably the toughest of the round. Which actor played Jim Trott in the sitcom The Vicar of Dibley? He also has 2 sons who are actors, and one starred in movies such as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Jewel of the Nile. The actor that played Jim Trott was, of course, Trevor Peacock. And what was the connection? Of course, Cluedo with Black. It's Dr. Black, isn't it? The guy that gets murdered in Cluedo. Scarlet, of course, revolver, one of the weapons. You've got white, green, plum, dagger, mustard, Colonel Mustard, and of course, Peacock there. Okay, let's move on to your picture round, which, of course, was horror movies this week. So, number 1, very scary indeed, of course. Number 1, The Thing, which I think was very underrated, but now's kind of become a cult classic. Number 2 is Poltergeist. Number 3 is The Exorcist. Number 4, Psycho. Number 5 is some might have struggled with that one. It's Candyman. Don't see his name 5 times into a mirror now. I've said it too. Oh no. Number 6, of course, is Carrie. Number 7 is 30 Days of Night. 30 Days of Night. Set in Alaska. Number 8 is, of course, the very iconic The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Number 9, maybe a modern horror classic, that is Get Out. It's a very good movie, I liked it. And number 10, another classic there, Halloween to end off the Halloween round. Okay, right. Just hilarious. Right, what I'll do is I'll just bring up those answers so that you have them. Oh no, that's the sequences answers. That's very good of you, Gary. You've done well there, mate. Getting ahead of yourself. Okay, so you can double check them there. And let's move on to your answers for round number 3, which was, of course, as I say, the sequences based on the round from Only Connect. So number 1, we had John Humphreys, Clive Anderson, then Peter Snow. That is Magnus Magnuson would be next. Mastermind hosts going back the way from John Humphreys, of course, the most recent. Number 2, we had Hamilton, then Wellington, then Christchurch, then it would be Auckland, and that is the New Zealand cities by size going from 4 to 1. Number 3, we had 2000 Kafelnikov, 2004 Masu, 2008 Nadal, 2012 would be Andy Murray. It's a men's Olympic tennis champions there. Kafelnikov in 2000, Masu 2004, Nadal in 2008, of course, and Murray at Wimbledon when he won it. And then he done it again in 2016. The first man to do that. Right, number 4, we had at 5, Tommy Gunn. Number 4, Ivan Drago. Number 3, Clubber Lang. Next would be number 2, Apollo Creed. These are Rocky opponents in each movie. Number 5, we had green, no severe conditions. Yellow, be aware. Amber, be prepared. Red, take action would be the next one. Red, take action. That is Met Office weather warnings. And there'll probably be a few of them that come up. Number 6, we have Woodrow Wilson, Calvin Coolidge, then Herbert Hoover. Who was next? It would be Ronald Reagan. That's US President's first letter of the forename, same as the surname. I think there's a better word to use. Illiterate. That's me. I'm illiterate. Anyway, there is a word to describe that is. But we'll move on. Number 7, neck, head, short head. That would be nose. And of course, there always has to be a horse racing question thrown in there, and that is winning distances in, of course, racing. Number 8, Southampton, Cherbourg, Queenstown, which is now called Cobb. The next would be New York. That was the planned route of the ill-fated Titanic. Left Southampton for Cherbourg in France, Queenstown, Cobb, which is in Southern Ireland, on the south coast of Ireland, and then New York was, of course, its final destination, but it never reached there. Number 9, number 9, we have 4 ships pro, then 3 hand grenade, then 2 power cable under the water, and 1, well done to anyone that got that, exploding oxygen tank. And that's ways in which the shark in Jaws was killed. Yeah, I thought that was good. I liked that one. That's why I put it on. And number 10, Loch Lomond and the Trossachs, then Snowdonia, then Lake District. The next would be the Cairngorms, and that is down to the fact that it's national parks by size, folks. Yes, unbelievable. Right, round 4. Let's go through your answers here for you. I've put them up there, but what I'll do is I'll just play through as well. So your first one was this. Of course, that's Motorhead and the Ace of Spades, which, as you could see, is 1982. 1982 for that one. Number 2.
Well, we know where we're going, but we don't know where we've been.
Right, that is Talking Heads with The Road to Nowhere, which was 1985. 1985, that was a new entry in this week's charts. Number 3. That is the U2. That is U2 with The Fly, which is from Achtung Baby, and that is 1991, folks. 1991. There you go. Would you believe it? Number 4.
I've been really trying, babe.
Yes, of course, I mucked that one up. You should have got the name of the song, which is, of course, Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye, and that was a new entry in this week's charts in 1973. 1973. Number 5. That is The Animals with It's My Life, which was a new entry in this week's charts in 1965. Would you believe it? That is T-Rex with Ride a White Swan, of course. Ride a White Swan, which was a new entry in this week's charts in 1970. 1970. Next one, here we go. That is The Cure with The Love Cats, which was a new entry in this week's charts in 1983. 1983, is that far back? I must admit, I would have probably thought later than that. Right, let's move on to number 8 for you folks. Here we go. Now, it's The Who with Substitute. Now, I was looking for the year it was a re-entry onto the charts, and it was 1976. 1976. Yes, because it was hitting the mid-60s, but it was re-released and got to number... It was in the top 5, I think. I think it was in the top 5. Didn't get to number 1 because famously The Who, I don't think, had a number 1, did they? No. Right, here's number 9. That is the Red Hot Chili Peppers with their track The Zephyr Song, which was a new entry in this week's charts in 2002. 2002. Okay, let's get to your final one, folks. Need I say more? I don't need to play it on. That's Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall and John Oates, of course, with Man Eater. Man Eater, which was a new entry in this week's charts in 1982. 1982. Right, so you can see your answers there. I'm sure you were looking over them. I'll just leave them there for a wee second just to double check your answers there. I don't know if they were actually appearing up when I was playing the tracks back there, but anyway, there they are for you. Okay, as I say, you can let me know how you get on. That's up to you. But thanks again, folks, for watching. Oh man, I've not been on the screen there for a while. I do apologise. I do apologise. You do forget about this wee camera thing, putting it back on and off. I'm used to doing the Sunday show with it on. Right, anyways, thanks for watching, folks. As I say, I'll be back next week at 8 o'clock with another bumper quiz for you. Or tune in on a Sunday for the Twitch radio show from 11 to 1, where there'll be a lot of, I must admit, I think it's fantastic music. And some quizzes thrown in there as well. And you can get involved as well. But for the moment, folks,
Now I'd like to say goodbye to all my fellow friends. And if you like this shit on here, I'll see your ass again.
I will indeed, folks. You take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe, quizzers, and I'll be back next week. Bye.